Today is Wednesday, March 11th, 2020.
And InFocus starts right now. An update on coronavirus and its effects.
The results from last night's primaries.
And part 2 of a profile of one of Pally's many journalism teachers.
All that and more is coming up in today's show.
Welcome to InFocus. I'm Yasmin Fredrikowitz.
And I'm Leon Fredrikowitz.
There's a lot going on around campus.
Here are some important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
Juniors planning to take the SAT this weekend should check the College Board website to see if their tests are canceled due to the coronavirus concerns. Currently, any tests at Cromont High School in Belmont and Fremont High School in Sunnyvale have been canceled and there are no makeups scheduled. Any makeups will be posted on the College Board website. Skyline College is hosting the Expanding Your Horizons in Math and Science Conference on Saturday, March 14th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The conference is designed for 6th to 12th grade young women to have the opportunity to meet women who use math and science in their careers. Over 100 women will be working in related fields will lead hands-on workshops that include experiments and a discussion of careers, options, and educational requirements. Applications for all students interested in joining Pally ASB are due to room 502 at 3:45 p.m. next Tuesday, March 17th. The application can be found at the link on screen.
Stanford is offering a camp called Logic for all rising 9th through 12th graders over the summer. The camp will run for two-week sessions taught by a Stanford computer science professor and an award-winning high school teacher, and there will only be 32 students at each camp. The deadline to apply is April 30th. Goals for Education scholarships sponsored by the San Jose Earthquakes, Wells Fargo, and the Silicon Valley Education Foundation are available to Santa Clara County Public High School. Students who demonstrate a commitment to physical health, financial literacy, and STEM education. $500 were committed to the scholarship fund for each goal the Earthquakes scored last season, and there are now $26,000 waiting to be awarded. The application can be found on the link at screen and will close on May 8th. Winners will be announced on June 1st.
Now moving on to a topic that is significantly affecting the Palo Alto community.
Maddie Drucker is here to tell us more about the coronavirus in our schools.
Thanks, Yasmin and Leon. As students have probably heard, PUSD Superintendent Don Austin released guidelines on Monday to limit the spread of COVID-19 or the novel coronavirus. In its original message, the district said, all field trips, school dances including prom, group assemblies greater than 100 people, CASP testing, and all elementary and middle school performances are being canceled. Later, the district changed the status of prom and CASP testing to postponed. Additionally, parents and guests are no longer permitted on any PUSD campus during the school day. At the moment, senior events such as graduation and baccalaureate will continue. Austin said school closures will not happen unless a student or staff member is infected with the virus, and even then, the decision would be on a case-by-case basis. That's all from me. Back to you.
All of this comes as the coronavirus continues to top headlines both locally and worldwide.
Santa Clara County announces first death due to coronavirus on Monday among 45 confirmed cases, including 3 TSA agents who work at San Jose International Airport. The Santa Clara County Department of Health also said, starting today at noon, it was requiring the cancellation of mass gatherings of more than 1,000 people in the county.
In Oakland, a cruise ship docked on Monday with over 2,400 passengers and at least 21 people infected with the virus. And as passengers have trickled out onto buses and charter planes, they started their 14-day quarantine periods at Air Force bases around the country. Overseas, Italy locked down the entire country after over 10,000 Italians have been infected and nearly 500 people have died. And now, the World Health Organization has now officially declared the coronavirus a pandemic.
While the coronavirus seems to be the top story no matter where you look, there are still many other important news events occurring. Last night, 6 states held their primaries, and we have the results. For the Democrats, former Vice President Joe Biden continued a strong showing, winning 4 states, Michigan, Missouri, Idaho, Mississippi, and Senator Bernie Sanders, his competitor, fell behind, winning North Dakota and leading in Washington by a very small margin. On the Republican side, President Donald Trump has received every Republican delegate except for 1 so far. We have journalists to thank for our up-to-date news.
And continuing with the story we left off last week, one of Pally's many journalism teachers, Esther Wojcicki, continues to telling us the elaborate story of Pally's journalism programs. This time starting with InFocus and how it succeeded despite being initially shut down by district officials.
Cody
We
Millara.
used to walk from Palo Alto High School, this was back in the day when you could do it, along the railroad tracks to where Fry's Electronics is. It was the fastest and shortest route, and that's where Cable Co-op was located. And so Cable Co-op hosted the first InFocus, and it was broadcast to the entire city of Palo Alto, and we did that for an entire year. And then when Cable Co-op was bought out by Comcast, we were lucky enough to get all the old Cable Co-op equipment. We're really happy to have Mr. Satterwade there as the advisor. And things are really blossoming, let's put it that way. So my goal is really to have every student in the school to have an opportunity to be involved in journalism in some way. And if we don't have a program that they like, they can create it, as you can see. These were all created to meet the needs of the students. I mean, this, after all, my theory is the students are the customers. They should have the input. In 1984, I was in room 26 of the Tower building in the top corner room with a staff that had 19 people in it and one typewriter and a lot of X-Acto knives and a lot of hot wax, because what the students did was type up their story on the typewriter. If they couldn't type, I had hired a student that would type for them at $1 an hour. And then they would cut their stories out with an X-Acto knife and then paste them up on a pasteboard with hot wax. And this continued 1985, 86, 87. In 87, I accidentally was shopping in Los Altos, and I saw this strange-looking device in the window, and it said, "Hello." And I was like, what could this be? And so I went into the store, and there was a demo there, and this guy was showing how you could type on it, and then you could backspace and get rid of all your mistakes, and you could type again, and then you could print it out. And my God, I almost had a heart attack. I was so excited, because then my students didn't have to try to erase on a typewriter. Let me tell you how horrible that was. And so I applied to the state of California, and I was like, I need 6 of these in California. I'm a teacher. I had no idea how to use them, by the way. And somehow I was lucky enough to have my grant approved by the state of California, and I got 6 Macintosh computers, and that's changed the whole program.
Thanks for sitting down with us for that extended interview, Waj. The introduction of technology into journalism programs truly have changed the game.
And without technology, we wouldn't be able to report the Pally sports scores.
Jason Goldie is in the studio now with the latest in Pally sports news. How were the games over the long weekend, Jason?
Thanks, Yasmin and Leon. The Vikings had a pretty tough weekend. Let's look into the scores. Last Wednesday, the boys varsity lacrosse team played St. Francis but lost 15-5. On Thursday, varsity baseball lost a close one to Valley Christian 2-1. Also on Thursday, the Pally girls varsity basketball season ended with a loss to Los Gatos, 47-44. On Friday, boys varsity lacrosse faced off against Bellarmine and lost 18-1. The JV team also played Bellarmine, losing 14-0. Varsity baseball won in extra innings against Leland on Friday, 5-4. And on Saturday, JV baseball came out on top of Woodside, 7-2. Yesterday, freshman baseball took on St. Ignatius and won 3-2. The JV team beat St. Ignatius by the same score, 3-2. Now let's move on to the upcoming games. Today, both boys volleyball teams have away matches versus Fremont, with JV starting at 5:30 and varsity at 6:45.
Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website, check out our old episodes, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pally.